Welcome to Wisdom Teachings with Dr. Amanda Luff. Today's topic, feeling from the heart. Feeling from the heart. There are a wide range of emotions that are available for us to feel as human beings. Emotions or feelings are simply energy with a charge. When we feel emotions, the energy of them shifts or the charge dissipates. When this dissipation happens, we often feel more acceptance, more peaceful, and soon afterwards we get greater clarity. What we couldn't see before, we can now see. The charge was blocking our view, but once the charge moves, the view becomes much more clear inside of our minds. The thing is that most people have resistance to feeling their emotions. This is because there are many stories about what feeling emotion means to who we are as human beings. For some people, feeling emotion is a sign of weakness. For others, emotions feel too scary or intense and like something that will never end. And still others have simply learned to ignore their emotions so they don't recognize them even when they are present. The purpose of emotions is to help us see ourselves. Emotions tell us how we feel about something. They tell us what works for us and what doesn't work for us. And they give us insight into what we believe about ourselves, life, or the world. If we feel our emotions and investigate the stories behind them, then we are using emotions for their intended purpose, and we can become more self-aware and self-responsible human beings. Often when we think we are feeling emotions, what we are actually doing is regurgitating our story about them and not fully dropping into the feeling. Our thoughts seem safer than the out-of-controlness we experience when we allow emotions to move through us. Those few moments of feeling out of control are necessary for the emotion to dissipate its charge and to unwind the architecture we have created in attempts to not feel. Being out of control only means that you finally stop your story and all of your thoughts that are connected to that story. It doesn't mean that you go crazy or do harmful and unconscious things to yourself or others. It's the exact opposite of that. You become more conscious through the process of temporarily allowing the suspension of your mind to control your experience. This is the moment where healing happens and where the heart opens. If you're feeling emotions, but you aren't feeling your heart open more through whatever it is you are feeling, then you are stuck in the story of your emotions rather than feeling them. Opening into the heart is the same as opening into ourselves. There is an honesty, realness, or a feeling of being more dropped in and rested in our being. The armoring lifts and we can breathe more fully again. It's like layers come off that we didn't even know we had on. We feel light and clear even if we don't know what we know yet. Somehow things are just different, even though it doesn't seem like anything has happened. We feel available to life and to ourselves. We can listen. We are seen. We are no longer fighting inside. We are reconnected to ourselves. One of the unconscious reasons why we resist feeling is because we think we will feel something bad about ourselves or another. We avoid this at all cost. I mean all cost. We would rather give ourselves back pain, headaches, digestive problems, cancer, or heart disease than feel that there is something inherently bad about ourselves or another person, particularly another person that we love or don't want to hurt. By not feeling, we hold, we constrict, and we postpone taking actions that need to be taken, saying things that need to be said, and living in ways that are aligned with ourselves. Speaking up and taking actions can feel scary to us because they bring instability into the picture. Instability meaning that I don't know what's going to happen here if I do or say the thing I need to. We fear loss of connection, love, or safety. So rather than being honest and feeling, we choose dishonesty and living unaligned. We stay stuck in our story about our emotions without ever feeling them. What we often don't realize is that even if we fear loss of connection by feeling whatever it is we are feeling, the paradox is that feeling the thing is what brings us into the connection we actually desire. This is so contradictory to how we think it works. But after we experience this a few times, we can quickly learn that this is indeed the way it is. That doesn't mean that it gets easier to feel our feelings, but only that we know that there is a light on the other side of whatever it is that we are feeling, and that we will feel more connected if we move through our emotions rather than stay stuck behind the stories of them. Feeling from the heart is connective. This is the key indicator that you are actually feeling rather than mustering about miserably inside of your story about your emotions. When you feel more open and available, you know you are going in the right direction. Even if right alongside of it all there is pain, sadness, rage, frustration, fear, confusion, and the like, inside of an open heart, all of these experiences are received. And when all of these energy expressions are received, self-acceptance and learning can occur for you and all other beings who might be involved. You move beyond self and other blame and shame into the truth of the heart. Here, all gets reconnected, reclaimed, and resolved.